Jersey. It's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Sam Darnold and the New York Jets versus Deshaun Watson and the New England Patriots.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple.
Mason Crosby.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Fielded in the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense.
Leading them out, their 2-time Pro Bowl quarterback in his 4th season now from Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And out across midfield down to the 45. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
It's now 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
No!
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Henry's got it out on the left side.
Watson's pass.
7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the Jets' 15-yard line.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
At the 9.
Running from the gun with Henry. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Watson. And the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. So here are the Jets now backed up to start their first drive.
They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 3rd season now from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
Year 3 now of Sam Darnold being the starting quarterback with the New York Jets, and as you might expect, some ups and downs along the way. That's what happens with young quarterbacks. Last year, 19 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, had to play through some sickness and injury, but the Jets really believe in this guy and showed it by upgrading their offensive line in order to get him more protection moving forward.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end, and he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1-yard line.
On first down, it's Gurley. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. He was just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Gurley. That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Gurley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Devin White on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
3rd and 7.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. Nope.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Derrick Henry. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And maybe starting the campaign for another Offensive Player of the Week award in the AFC.
Yeah, strike up the band, right? They're going to lead him along, and the band being that offensive line, he's locked into the rhythm of what they're doing up front, and he's definitely off to that great start, a 2nd straight week.
Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Returning it, Johnson. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Deontay Johnson on the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Darnold now to throw. Fitzgerald on the slant, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Gurley now. Toss right. And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. From the 50, it's Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Patriots to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up
on third down, Henry. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
It's a gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And all the way down to the 29. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Watson, off play action. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll bring up second down.
Desmond Trufant on the coverage.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. That's caught by Hollister. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Again, it's Watson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
At the 6-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Patriots 7, Jets 0.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
Watson looks to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots.
To Julio
Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a New England touchdown. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
at their own 25.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and
out of the shotgun. Here's Darnold.
It's 41 yards.
Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. They run. It's Gurley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
At the 15-yard line.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it's Gurley. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Makes it 14-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
1st and 10.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive...
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Kenny Clark in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 7.
New England on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Watson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Oh, able to avoid him. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
Back at the 20.
The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
At their own 30.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Watson on 3rd down. And it's complete. Henry. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Patriots.
Watson on 1st down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the gun, Watson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Darnold completes it, and he'll get it down to the 47 here.
That's good.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
The 47-yard line.
Here's Gurley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
1st and 10.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Darnold from the gun. This short throw caught by Goddard. Darnold 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7 from the 28. It's 2nd and 5. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
To Todd Gurley. It's a gain of
3rd and 2, Darnold. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
Darnold's pass.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Results in a 4th down.
On 4th down, Darnold. This is Johnson. He's got it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Darnold from the red zone now. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down. Darnold got a man. It's Johnson. End zone for a Jets touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
That's the reason we ball for circle round, trust for the encore. If you know, you know.
Mason Crosby for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
His kick.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A 10-play drive that time. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Lockett the return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Patriots take over first and 10.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. The final shot before the break. Watson. Henry's got it out on the left side. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Jets take over first and 10. At
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. Second and 11.
the line of scrimmage.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Darnold's pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
By Denzel Ward.
Here's Darnold. He finds Humphreys. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first down, Darnold. Call it a loss of 14 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Brings up 2nd down.
A long ways to go here on 2nd down. Now it's Darnold. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Daron Payne. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
Deshaun Watson making his way back out, the focus of our players' spotlight. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
As they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Kenny Clark in on the stop. A gain of 3 on the play.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's a pickup of 6.
From the 44, Watson looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Henry. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Desmond Trufant on the coverage.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And right side, Henry's got it. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. A 4th and short, had your offense out there. That one stings.
And you know something? Your options change dramatically. Not only is it tougher to go for it, but what if you decided just to line up and try and draw them off sides? If you did it on 4th and short, you could pick up the cheap first down. Now, you still won't get a first down even if you do exactly the same thing.
17, Jets 14.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. He's back to throw here to start the drive. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Taken down.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Darnold now to throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Sacked. A loss of 7.
He is racking the sacks up. Charles, 5 last week, now 2 here.
I don't care what they've done in scheme. It's not working. I mean, you can do it all day long, all night long. They did it all week, and it hasn't worked. And, in fact, on that last sack, I thought I saw him drop a Pro Bowl ballot at the feet of the quarterback and say, here's a pin right in my name.
He keeps playing like this. He'll be dropping those ballots from a plane above the city. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll run it again with Henry. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a send and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Humphries now to return. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
2nd and 9. At the 30.
On 2nd and 9. Darnold, and they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there.
That's caught inside the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Brought down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th.
Patriots 17.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
At their own 26-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First down.
A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. From the gun, here's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 more on that one and another first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
Watson's pass.
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Again, it's Watson. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Stephon Tuitt able to record his 5th sack of the season. To try again after the sack. Watson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's Watson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for Albert.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Makes the score Patriots 20, Jets 19.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Todd Gurley. A 3-yard.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
7 at the 28-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphries.
Darnold.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Brings up 3rd down.
Darnold on 3rd down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Todd Gurley. That's good for a Jets.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On 1st and 10, Darnold Fitzgerald's got it right side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at their 49-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Brings up
after the incompletion. Here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing again is Darnold. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Gurley. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Darnold completes it. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
At the Patriots 43.
Darnold from the gun. Complete on the quick throw to Moore.
That's good.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 30. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll drop this underneath to Gurley. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
26-yard line.
Darnold to throw again. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Daron Payne has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. This may be one of the best stretches of defensive football that I've seen. I don't know about you. 5 sacks last week, now 3 here in this affair.
I would agree with that, and I've enjoyed watching the skill that's gone into it. You can see the intelligence behind it as well. He's watched tape, and he's setting people up. But relentless, that's the one word that keeps coming to mind. He does not want to be denied at getting to the quarterback.
And they're not denying it. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Watson now to throw. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Number 22, Derrick Henry.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw is Watson. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Henry. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And the busy night for Henry continues. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun with Henry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
It's a gain of 3.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for the Pats, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.